stuck in the scared to suck phase. When I sit down to write, my mind goes blank and I'm like, I need to learn more before I practice. But when I study, everything clicks. How do I get unstuck? You have to do two things. One, you have to find a piece of copy that's digestible and manageable. One of the easiest things to do is to just practice bullets. Anybody watching this right now can just like pause the video, write a bullet. And it doesn't have to be great. It's, literally 10 to 50 words of copy, and then it's done. And then you can assess it on its own merits. And that's going to help you get better because that's actually something that you can produce at volume and something that you can refine. And those are sort of the key ingredients to like a good piece of copy that you can practice. If you're trying to like sit down and write a 10,000 word sales letter, that's a little bit harder. You have to find ways to make it fun. And the easiest way to make something fun is to, one, either just let yourself be ridiculous. You can't be scared to suck if you're going at it trying to suck. And the other thing to do is to pick a product that like doesn't deserve the copy that it has. Like for example, writing a set of ridiculous bullets for this enormous oversized water jug. And you're going to find yourself as you're writing bullets sort of giggling a little bit. But guess what? You will be thinking about a product. You'll be thinking about its benefits. You'll be thinking about its features. And you'll be thinking about how to emotionally articulate all of that for a reader. That's what's worked for me. Allowing yourself to be just a little bit silly, allowing yourself to suck is the key to getting over the like blank page, my mind goes blank syndrome. If you have not watched the How to Practice Copy Masterclass, I literally go through how you can approach outreach. You're never going to feel ready. 7 months of inconsistent learning that's still a long time. The only way that you're going to learn to be better at outreach is to do outreach. If you send out a cold email to somebody and they laugh at you and they send an email that says, you're a failure, guess what? You can delete that and then send a better email to somebody else. There's literally no punishment for trying. Oh, how long to make 10K a month with copywriting? If we're going to go off of the promises of YouTube thumbnails, I would say 90 days. But I'm sure that somebody soon is going to come out with a thumbnail that says 0 to 10K in 60 days, and they will probably get way more views. But then somebody is going to come out with a video that says 0K to 10K in 30 days, and then they'll get more views. So you should listen to whoever is making the bigger and faster promise. I am not going to make any promises. Okay, a bit confused about the research aspect. I understand the 5 levels of customer awareness, but I haven't found any resources that explain how to determine it. The way to determine stage of awareness very often, very frequently, is gut feel. You are probably approaching this from the perspective of somebody who is probably pretty young. So your only frame of reference for learning stuff is to be given very specific paradigms and frameworks. And then you apply that framework to a thing, and then you write the answer for your teacher, and then your teacher gives you an A. That's not how this works. A lot of stage of awareness stuff is going to be very muddy. There's going to be porousness between the borders. There's going to be a lot of overlap in demographic. You have to intuit stuff. A lot of it is inferential. It is not something that you can determine with a litmus test. I need quick tips for what to expect in a sales call. I want to get my first client, but that seems to be what's holding me back. Here's the biggest thing that you need to understand going into a sales call if you're selling yourself, as opposed to selling somebody a product. If you're on a sales call and you're trying to sell your services as a copywriter, you have to understand what that business is trying to do, what their goal is. You need to have enough knowledge to be able to tell them why it might not be the best way to go about stuff. And then you need to go into and carefully and properly articulate why what you want to do or would want to do in that circumstance is better and would benefit them more. Keep in mind, they are only on a call with you because they want you to help them. They want a lot of results for less work on their end. That's what they want from you. And if you go in with that understanding, your sales calls are going to be much better. How do you really start to copywrite? Or could you just say what to do in steps? I'm not a huge fan of step-by-step guides, and longtime viewers know why. But if you want just the pure basics, not even the beginner stuff, but what even is copywriting, what does it look like? We have a playlist for that. Go to our page, go to like Copywriting for True Newbies and just go through. We literally did a whole stream of broken up videos where we just like answer the most basic questions that you have. And that's going to help you a lot because it's going to give you a lot of clarity on like what you should be doing and where you should be going. How much have we made from our copywriting tutorial videos online? Not very much. In fact, one of our videos that we did late last year was I broke down how much revenue we had generated in 2023 up to that point, how much we had spent. And I did that to give a sort of realistic sense of like what you can expect to make if you are not charging like $4,000 or $5,000 for mentorship or for a course or what have you. Like if you're like us and you're just like, you know, throw us $20, you get access to these masterclasses. That's how much we're making. I do not think that this is ever going to replace my real income, but it's fun. I like talking to you guys. This is enjoyable for me. I like sharing the knowledge that I have. I do think that I am going to do like a very expensive boot camp at some point later this year. But even that, like I've run the numbers. Like even if we sell out, even if I sell it for $5,000, that's still only going to be like a quarter of my income. And keep in mind that Copy That is owned by 4 people, so that gets split. Do I recommend working in the e-commerce niche as a freelancer? Yes. If you can get the job, if you can get the work, yeah, absolutely. There's a lower ceiling to how much you can make if you aren't willing to also learn marketing, also learn logistics and other things like that. Like e-commerce people, the margins are pretty slim. Let's be real for a moment. Info, the margins are much higher. A lot of your income as a freelancer is going to be contingent upon the actual profits that can be driven, not the revenue, the profits. With e-commerce, if you can write something that doubles sales, well, at a 2% margin, that doubling of sales probably brought them from $100,000 of profit to $200,000 of profit. And so what is that worth to them? Well, a real business owner is probably going to say, well, that's worth about $10,000 to us. If you're just trying to get your foot in the door, e-commerce is fine. How would I help roofers? Are you kidding me? First thing that I would do is I would like set up a landing page where I would gather leads. We described this all in the No Man's Niche book. Like what I would do is I would try to have that landing page be for like a niche roofing topic. Like for example, if people in a specific area are searching very heavily for like how to fix shingled roofs, I wouldn't make a page for roofing in general. I would specifically make a page for like how to fix the shingles on your roof. And then what I would do is I would like have a push to call. I would collect leads. And then what I would do is as I got together these leads, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many, and then I would call different roofing companies and be like, hey, I'm a marketing agency. I've actually gathered leads for roofers that do specific work vis-a-vis shingles. I have a bunch of leads that need quotes. I was wondering if you'd be interested in them. And that's how I would pitch roofing businesses. Long story short, I'll be starting my first year in uni in like 3 to 4 months. I don't want to end up doing a job. I want to be a copywriter. I want you to understand something right now. Copywriting is a job. It has been sold as many get-rich-quick opportunities before as not that. But guess what? It's a job. If you don't have direct managers, guess who's your boss? It's your client. If you sell your own products, guess what? Your boss is going to be your customers. There is no world, no thing that you can do where you can escape needing a job. And copywriting is not that escape. I'm sorry it has been falsely advertised to you, but I am not here to take your money. I am here to tell you the true. My recommendation for you is if you would prefer to work at home on your own, here's the best path to becoming a at-home freelance copywriter who is free to travel the world, as I have. Get a job, work there for a few years, cultivate your skills, build your network, and then guess what? Freelancing becomes easy. All the questions that you see on Discord and stuff like that. How do I write the best cold email? How do I get pitch stuff on Upwork? How do I get clients, etc.? That's not a problem for the people who build a robust network. People who work within an agency or work within a business. People who go to events. It's easy to hire those people because they clearly show the gumption. They clearly have built up the skills in their time. And then they just know people. I can call up 5 people right now and get work if I wanted to. Not because of this YouTube stuff, but it's because I did good work within the context of a business. And then I've done other cool stuff since then. And that's all cred, and people know me for it. For you, in that case, the best thing that you can do is just start practicing different modes of getting clients on different platforms and find out which is the most effective one for you. It's going to be different for everybody. And so part of what you need to do is test. And you're in college, you need to be a little experimental. So test and find out what works best for you.